Hi everyone, Ellen Jaffe Jones. OMG, it's been so long, but I want to catch you up on all the exciting things that have been going on. Big news, as you can see, I had to change glasses because the blue rays have been getting through to my eyes, either from the screens that I've been looking at or the sun. Who knows? Because I do like to watch sunsets, but the cataracts are showing their ugly faces, and the doctor says, oh, it could be years before you have to have surgery. But I did notice a change, and of course they're assuring me it's just a matter of birthdays that make you get cataracts. But I've certainly done a lot of things that potentially could have damaged my eyes over the years, but it is what it is. And so I'm doing this without my glasses on, so just speaking from the heart. And big news is I changed jobs again, or got a new one, or just adding to the repertoire of things that I do. And that's really part of the key to staying healthy as you age and longevity. Last we talked about my employment history, we last left off at Apple. And when I worked there, you were hardly allowed to say that you even publicly could admit that you worked there. And that was about it. And it was a seasonal job for the holidays starting in August. And then basically, they don't keep anyone on, certainly full time, but even part time was. Let's just say that because I worked with and attracted a lot of seniors, my sales numbers were not as high, perhaps, as people younger than me, which was like everybody. I was definitely the oldest one there. Um, and people would come to the front to check in, and they would go like, what are you doing here? They would actually say things like that. So I figured that this was just going to be a short-term gig. And they always said, don't worry about your sales numbers, and then, just be nice to people, which I was. But, that balance between saying, okay, now it's time to check out, or how is it exactly I can help you without sounding rude, was certainly a delicate line to walk. And so I guess financially it's cheaper for them to hire people all over again, 20-something-year-old boys who can get through a sales process faster with most of our population, which, suffice it to say, is around, give or take, 10 or 20 years, my age. Anyway, that was my Apple chapter. I mean, I loved working there. I still hold on to my my Apple Ultra, and I could probably do a whole series of videos, or just even one video comparing that to the Garmin, which I now wear. And the reason I wear that is because my new job is not only working at Fit to Run, which is the largest running chain in Florida and locally based, started here in the Sarasota area. The guy who founded it, Bill Robinson, started the Champs franchise and then sold that and then started the Fit to Run group, which is just an amazing privately held company to work for. And he unfortunately died of cancer. I had the pleasure of actually running with him in races before he got sick, and his son has now taken it over, Parks Robinson. Amazing guy. Happened to run into him at the St. Petersburg store, which was just newly opened. And of course, I'm buying my 10,000th running shoe. And I saw him there and I said, Parks, you should really hire me. And a few days later, the phone rang, and because I live in the Sarasota area, they had a position there opening, not just in sales, which I still do, but also working as the community specialist. So my job for the University Town Center in Sarasota, right by I-75, if you know where that is to arrange for packet pickups for races. It's also to involve doctors in our referral program, both podiatrists, chiropractors, any kind of doctor who would refer their patient to us to fit them for an insert or shoes or both, which is what I've had for 45 years. And that's one of the reasons I work there. Having proper shoes and inserts has kept me injury free. If I didn't use them, my left knee would scream and it would not be a whole lot of fun. So that is the Fit to Run story. I worked there previously before my 4th out of 6 books came out, I wrote the book Vegan Fitness for Mortals. And when that came out, that was during the time I worked there, which was a little over a year. And then my book tour schedule ramped up again, and I couldn't stay committed to a schedule. And since I'm not sure if anybody reads anymore, just watching videos, that's all good too. But no more books in the pipeline, so my schedule has settled down. That doesn't mean I don't have more books up here, and maybe we'll do that sometime, but working at Fit to Run has been my priority. And, arranging for the pickups it's a lot more involved than just, talking to a race director and say, you want to do the packet pickup here. We'll provide water stop support, and we also do other things for the race as well. That's kind of worked out individually, and that's what I do. So I get to negotiate those kind of deals, and it's a whole lot of fun. They actually pay me also. The big thing is they pay me to do group runs. Every Tuesday night, 6 p.m., we leave from the University Town Center store in Sarasota. So if you don't want to go all the way in town or all over town to do a run, we have them now every Tuesday at 6 p.m., leaving from inside the wonderfully air-conditioned store, which really feels great when you come back. We have a new route that goes by Moat Marine, which is just going to be, it's only a few weeks away from opening that big facility. You can see it from I-75. It is the big animal rescue facility and rehabilitation facility in our area, and they have an international reputation. You can check them out. So that's my latest update for employment. And of course, as you might imagine, crazy me running every race I can during the summer here. It's just so wild and crazy when it's like 90 degrees and the feels like is 115. But I have a friend, Maggie Miller. We do crazy racing together. She took a 5-year break, had some medical issues that she's been kind of public about, but she has just returned to racing and is faster than she ever was. So my chances of getting first place in a race have greatly diminished. And then, of course, as I'm aging up, you always have the issue of the youngins moving in. And I think the gal who beat me for first place in this race is some 70-year-old. And it is what it is. I'm just, as all runners are, very glad and excited that the next age group will be coming in a couple years when I turn 75. So that is the news for racing. This was my 339th age group award since 2006, just on plants. And as I like to stress, this was an age group. This is placing, not just racing. So what you see behind me are not just, you crossed the finish line. They are, you placed in the top 3. And occasionally with the Minnesota Track Club, they go 6 deep in all the races. So that was that. And on a personal level, I continue to have great fun with my boyfriend, who is 15 years younger than me. We did not know at the time that we weren't the same age. He sort of had been tracking me along my book travels, and that was more than 5 years ago, and we are still happy together, both going after our workout this morning to Detweiler's to get a smoothie. They make pretty much a custom smoothie, so we don't get the protein powder and we don't get the avocado. We just add water basically to the veggies. And yes, I'm still doing my Brooke Goldner Goodbye Lupus fame green smoothies every day to keep those autoimmune baddies that want to take over my body in check. So it seems to be working, and to be able to race in the heat and humidity of Florida summers is a great testimonial to how well that works. Also, staying hydrated with my 40-ounce bottles here that I just take with me to work or wherever I go. And let's see, what else do I have on my list of things I want to share with you? Oh, we also share, you have to apply through the Fit to Run email for doctors who refer their patients. And that's, again, is just one of the things that I value in my job, because I think it's so important to connect those dots before you pay like hundreds of dollars now, upwards of $600 or $700 to get inserts for your shoes that are made by a podiatrist. Eventually, that is what I had to do. The over-the-counter ones didn't work. But for a lot of people, they do work. And at one of the group runs that I led for the store, this woman who hadn't run in years came. God love her for showing up. But she said she was just getting over physical therapy for lower back pain. And I looked at her shoes and I said, so how are those shoes working for you? You know, I didn't want to come on too strong, but they were like racing flats that looked like they were, I asked her like the last time she got new shoes and she couldn't remember. So it's so important. I mean, what they say in the running world, this is not just Fit to Run, but running folks, experts in general, every 3 months or 300 miles or whatever comes sooner. Do shoes from yesteryear last longer? Yeah, maybe, but you really got to ask, are they serving your body correctly? And that's just what is so important. The other cool thing about working at Fit to Run is they sell all kinds of amazing products and clothing. This is the Vuori line. If you know anything about Vuori, oh my gosh, I first discovered it 3 years ago when I was visiting my daughter in the Los Angeles area and just fell in love with their product line. Mainly, it's so soft and it's moisture wicking, water resistant, and they make different kinds of. The feel is different on the different lines, but this is like a really soft but clingy athletic line that you can wear just all times of the year. And it's just so soft, and I'm so excited that we are selling it. Now, interestingly, I had asked the company because I thought about going to work for them because I was so passionate about it like a year ago. And they said, well, we're not opening up physical stores. And then they started opening up physical stores, and they opened one up in the mall where I work. And I'm going like, how is that going to work? And the answer that I've gotten back is, well, in the physical store, they sell completely different kinds of clothes that are not running specific. So what we're getting in our store is very running specific. So compression shorts, loose shorts like I'm wearing. I don't want to move the camera, but let's see, I guess I can't climb up high enough, but you're just going to have to trust me that the shorts that we sell from the Vuori line are very running specific. And we also sell other clothing lines that are equally cool like Brooks and Nike. And you know, what's nice about working there is that Fit to Run is not beholden to one particular company like New Balance. We sell New Balance shoes, but not exclusively. So as a salesperson, I can say, oh, you know what, this week, and this is true, let's see if I can get my foot up high enough. No, I can't, so I'll have to take the shoe off. Oh, yes. This is the On Cloud line that I love. They have like little air pockets here, and it's just, they've done such amazing things. All the shoe companies have done great things with foam and rubber, and you know, the trick is to find a shoe. I'm on my feet like sometimes as much as 9 hours a day. Plus then I go out and run, right? So this shoe has got to hold up my skeleton and prevent me from that 100-year-old invention that is not so great for the human skeleton, otherwise known as concrete, to keep me running and thriving. So this one is the Cloud Surfer, and it really does feel that way, like you're surfing on clouds. And so I have no lower back pain at the moment, and just keeping up my normal run and my racing and training schedule. So this has a really cool lightweight upper. It's not, certainly by far not the most lightweight shoe that we sell. And some of the ones that we do sell are like you're not even holding anything. I mean, they weigh just like teeny tiny ounces. And it's exciting to be able, they actually encourage us during downtime, and there certainly is some of that, although we can be pretty busy. They want you to try on different shoes. So you can tell a customer, yeah, this one feels a certain way, or, you know, you want to address the needs of the customer. So that's the deal. And if you're in the University Town Center area, be sure and stop in. I work all different hours, but definitely you can always find me there Tuesday night, 6 p.m., leading their Run Club group, which I am so happy and honored to do. And we do an out and back, 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back at 6 p.m. And then we have, you know, some water to drink at the end, maybe some other things as our club grows in size. And then just being able to cool off in the air conditioning and socialize for 30 minutes after is kind of a fun thing to do. And look at all the pretties that are in the store. All right, if you have any questions, just drop them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and just keep on keeping on. Whatever you do, know that when we do these running clubs on Tuesday nights, we always have walkers, and we just welcome any different pace, because you'll go through this path that takes you over to Benderson Park, which is, it seems to get more beautiful every time I'm over there. So, all right, don't forget to like and subscribe and get more inspiration from being able to do whatever activity it is you enjoy doing. All right, everyone, gotta run.